Let's talk a little bit about packing for your safari. You're probably going to have three basic pieces of luggage. You're going to have a carry-on bag, you're going to have a main duffel bag, and of course you're going to have a gun case. Now, I always take a computer bag as well as a second carry-on, and I work a little bit along the way, but ideally you should be able to get by with one good-sized carry-on and a duffel bag and a gun case. So let's look at each one in turn. Okay, we'll start with the gun case. Now, there are lots of great gun cases. I prefer the plastic, the polymer, because I think they're just as strong as the metal and they're not quite as heavy. This is a Pelican, but there's many great brands. You just want to make sure that the latches are very, very secure. I like this one because it latches both on the sides and on the end. For a one rifle safari, it's pretty hard to beat the good old 375. This is a CZ 550. Optics are loopholed. I've got a VXR 2-7. And then it's got detachable Alaska rings. And I've also got a second scope, a loopholed 1-6 that is already set in rings and ready to go. I carry my shooting sticks. These are from African Sporting Creations. They're my favorites. It's a good place for a knife. This is the Boddington blade that's made by Anza. A small Otis cleaning kit, fantastic. Got really everything you need right there, not much bigger than your hand. I put my sling in there. My favorite is from Trader Keith. This is canvas webbing, has a little bit of rubberized here so it doesn't slip on your shoulder. Very, very comfortable, very sturdy. I've used them for years. And a gun tool. This is from Real Avid, and it's got bits for just about every screw you might encounter on a rifle. Very, very handy item to have. Some people go with combination locks. I personally prefer a key lock. It's not really necessary that you use a TSA approved lock. I generally don't. I do use good sturdy padlocks. For a carry-on, I use a day pack. This is a day pack from Sitka Gear in Montana. I tell you what, I've gone through a lot of day packs. This one is really comfortable, and it holds really everything that you need. But the important thing about your carry-on is you have to pack it as if this is the only item you're going to receive. So if there's anything that you absolutely can't live without, then you better put it in your carry-on, whether you use a day pack or a different kind of carry-on. So for instance, prescription medications. These you absolutely have to have in your carry-on. Do not put them in checked baggage. Sunglasses, and if you use prescription glasses, an extra set. This is where your flashlight should go. I use one from Streamlight that uses AA batteries. Fantastic, you can always get AA's. But as we'll see, you want to make sure you take plenty. And then I start to put in some keep them warm stuff, because everybody underestimates how cold it can be in the African winter. Dad taught me a trick years ago. The old cowboys always used a kerchief, and so I have this one from Schnee's. Lots of sources, but I use that to tie around my neck early in the morning. I also carry a little ski mask or balaclava helmet. Really a great help if you're in an open vehicle. And gloves, you bet. This is where the satellite phone needs to go. This is from my friends at Explorer Satellite, and they're really the experts on this. I've used Iridium for years, but this is Inmarsat, and the Inmarsat system actually works better in Africa than Iridium. There's more satellites available for the Inmarsat in the southern hemisphere. But a satellite phone's a great thing to have. Now, if you don't travel overseas a great deal, you really don't need to buy one. You can rent one very easily and just get the minutes that you need, but it is a great peace of mind to be able to know that you can check in at home, and if you have an emergency, you can talk your way out of it. Again, this is the bag you want to pack as if this is the only item you're gonna arrive with. So I usually carry an extra pair of socks, extra underwear, maybe an extra shirt, but I definitely am going to carry a hat in my carry-on. That's where the binoculars are going to go. Of course, that's where your camera is going to go, because if you don't have memories of the hunt, you're in real trouble at the tail end. And then I'll carry a jacket. Start with a fleece, and a fleece is always useful. It doesn't weigh very much, it packs up. So the fleece is a good thing to carry, but as we get into the duffel bag, you'll see that's not all. Choice of duffel bag really is important. You want something that's going to squish and squash a little bit so that you can get it onto light aircraft or in the back of the Land Cruisers, but you want something that's extremely tough and rugged. I really like the Beano bags from Red Ox. They've served me well for many, many years, and man, do they hold a lot of stuff. And that's really the secret, is you don't want to take too much. Obviously, you want to take what you need, but you don't want to overpack. You'll probably want to carry a toothbrush in your carry-on bag, but of course that's where your toilet kit is going to go. Today, you know, we've got so much great electronic gear, but it all uses power. This is a new gadget from Brunton that I got from Explorer Satellite, and this is a recharging system. With these cartridges, you can actually recharge your camera, your computer, anything that needs recharging you can do with this. Just uses a USB port. Plenty of batteries. Whether your gear uses AA or AAA or whatever, take plenty of batteries. They're very expensive in Africa. Of course, you're going to want insect repellent and some sunscreen. And then your safari clothing. I'm going with Schnee's clothing, cotton canvas shirts and a really tight woven shorts. I like to wear shorts, but in southern Africa it can often be a little bit too cold, so I take some longs too. What you really ought to have is 3 sets of hunting clothes. They will do laundry every day, so theoretically you could get by with 2, but on a camp change day that's going to get awkward. So you really want 3 sets of hunting clothing. And once again, don't underestimate how cold it can be in the winter in southern Africa. In addition to the fleece that I carry in my day pack, I also use a wool jersey. We call them sweaters, they call them jerseys. And then a lightweight rain suit for an extra layer. Hey, it's probably not going to rain, but a lightweight rain suit is a great windproofer if you're riding in the back of the vehicle. For lounging around in camp, maybe some sweatpants and a sweatshirt, whatever you're comfortable in, but you absolutely want to do that, and a pair of really comfortable camp shoes that you can just wear around camp at night. And speaking of footwear, that's really important. You've got to have shoes that are absolutely comfortable. You don't need really aggressive boots. These are a new lightweight model from Schnee's that are just about the right height, just about the right weight, good soles for a variety of terrain. And then gaiters. These are really great for keeping the seeds and sand out of your boots. But whatever you use, make sure they're really comfortable and well broken in. I always carry a floppy hat, keep the sun off of me, but I also carry an extra cap too, because you know, at some point during the safari, it's almost certain that your cap's going to blow off somewhere along the way or you're going to lose it. So I carry extras. Here's something I'm doing now that I didn't used to do. I carry my ammunition in a secure lockable case. Now that is a requirement in South Africa if you're doing internal flights. They will actually ask you to lock your ammunition and check it separately. So what I do is I just pack it this way, I put it in my duffel bag, and then it's all ready to go. And if somebody wants me to take it out and check it separately, I can just take my little padlock right out of the case, lock it up, and away we go. But you really do want to do that. The rules for both firearms and ammunition are changing, so pay attention, but an extra lockable case for your ammo is a really important deal. Obviously, you're going to have your toiletries, you're going to have your socks and underwear and t-shirts and whatnot. And that's about it. Boy, I've packed for a lot of safaris, and it really doesn't take me long anymore, but that's half the fun, is digging around and getting your gear out and making sure you have exactly what you need, but not too much.